What's going on, everybody? And good day, and welcome to this legendary podcast, the Deconstructing Topic Podcast. Woo, woo! And my name is David, and I'm your host of this legendary podcast. In this episode, we got not little, but motivational thing going on. We're gonna set those wheels. As 2025 is around the corner. And I decided, you know what? Let me put in a little bit of episode early in December so that we could, do that thing in 2025. Now, keep in mind, I always tell people, look, listen, in life, you don't have to wait until a new year, new birthday, whatever the case might be, You just got to start doing things, and you just got to start doing things, and you got to start doing things now. But, we could understand that many circumstances, people take time off during this time of the year, so much going on, and they always wait for 2025. And I said to myself, let's make a thing. Let's make 2025 that year that we make things happen. So here I am, Deconstructing Topic Podcast. Let's get it. Once again, my name is David. Please hit the like, comment, feel free to share. Put this, as a matter of fact, when I upload this, publish that, put that in that fireplace if you have. If you don't have, make one. I'm from Puerto Rico. Our fireplace is basically outside. We go outside, basically. Whatever you at, share this not just yourself, but share this with people and share this with everybody and anybody. Because 2025 is around the corner, but in life in general, wherever you at, whatever age, whatever your circumstances, it's that time to make things happen. I just spent my birthday, Thanksgiving, for the first time in a long time. I don't wake up kind of feeling like I'm dwelling on something, on my decisions in the past for the first time in years. I wake up a little bit different. And you see, my thing is this, is that a lot of times that we are seeking motivation. And I always say, sometimes you don't have to be seeking motivation. Sometimes and I'm not going to say sometimes, but for the most part, you waking up, it's motivation in itself. Because remember this, the universe starts with a you, and that's you. But it also means that you must be unstoppable. And in this podcast, we want to make sure, and we want to have people to understand, to feel unstoppable. And for those people that, again, you want to surround yourself with good things, and you want to go out there, as you're listening to this podcast, positive podcast. Sometimes I do notice that we seek out, and there's people giving us inspirational stories, inspirational thing. And I myself spent a couple of times looking at these positive content, and I came across, I'm interested enough. I'm a big wrestling fan, for those out there, WWE, all that good stuff. Back in the 90s, WCW, and there was a wrestler by the name of Diamond Dallas Page, DDP. Bam! Woo! Let's get it. And DDP, at the moment, is, I believe, 70 years old, but he has a company called DDP Yoga. He has a yoga thing. This is not a paid sponsor, by the way, just me showing that in that page, and I'll put the link, in that frame of that company that he does yoga, it has helped a lot of people mentally and especially physically. As you already know, that yoga is a physical thing. But remember, in order to start doing something, and I've always said this, it's easier said than done. Raise your hand out there. Who's out there who's, for some reason, I always come across people who would throw me, David, some inspirational, motivational content or quotes or whatever, but then they still not feeling good. And I said, so then what's happening? And one of the things that we want in 2025 is that you have to get up and make it happen. Again, I know that is easier said than done. I know that a lot of people that's like, damn, David, I'm trying. No, you're not. You're going to be trying forever. Because trying is going to become, I tried. And we don't want that. What we want is, I'm doing it. I'm making it happen as we speak. And another, I came across somebody that I've known for years, for a long time. She also has a thing going on there with yoga and all this good stuff. And that motivation of all those good things, whatever it is that, it's out there. Even her, like, offering to people. And my thing is this with a lot of people. My people that are listening to. My people that are listening to this podcast, beautiful podcast. Woo, let's get it. Is that there's people out there that are willing to help you. My thing is this: what are you willing to sacrifice? What is it that you're gonna do to say, you know what? It's that time to make it happen. Let me get these yoga things going on. Hey, listen, I got a yoga mat. I gotta do my thing. I stretch and I do my thing. Hey, listen, it's good. It's good. And keep in mind, I don't necessarily, with the stuff with the podcast, the table, all this stuff. Keep in mind, I'm limited to the space, but I still find space. Or I still find something. And I know that there's a lot of people out there, but I don't have the space. There's always going to find an excuse why not to place. Enough with that. There's some people out there that are offering service, that are willing to help you, that are willing to extend a hand, willing to say, hey, listen, we got your back. It ain't easy because, listen, I just did a podcast telling people how I was dealing with teenage homelessness. It ain't an easy thing in a time that as a teenager, you're developing mentally, physically. You're developing, you're in that stage of becoming a so-called young adult to an adult. But it's yet, being a teenager is that time of the year that your mind is more fickle than ever. And there was this thing where you say, David, you can. And look where I'm at now, doing a podcast. Believe it or not, across the board, wherever you listen to this podcast. I think the other day somebody said, oh, David, I'm here in your Podbean app. I see only 5 people listening. I'm like, across the board, it's more than 5. YouTube, I'm all over. Apple, Spotify. Collectively, I get 40 or 50 per episode. Sometimes 100. Sometimes 150. And YouTube alone, I got an episode, 200 and something views. People, comment, like it, and so on. You might say, well, wow, that's not bad. Just because I got 200 and something and just 10 in one episode, I'm not going to get discouraged. Because right now, I'm just doing something that I would never have thought 30 years ago when I was that teenage homeless kid. Even though I had the vision, it's easy to have a vision of what you want to do, but if unless you don't get up and do it, And it's funny because I've been wanting to do podcasts for a long time. But sometimes there are things in life that we just can't explain, that they will come in time. So I'm saying to myself, and I'm saying to you, and I'm talking to you, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to put down to make that 2025, that year that you're going to make things happen? Because that's what it is. 2025, it's the year that we definitely got to make it happen because we only have each other. Sometimes you're going to wake up and, physically, mentally. Look, I always said in life, there's more bad than good that's going to happen. For every 10 times you felt some type of an emotion, I'm going to guarantee that 7, 8 out of those times are something bad. You know what I mean? What is good emotion? What is good? See, we expect things to happen bad because that's life. But what we can do to make things good, trust me, and I make this podcast because I always believe that saving a mind is saving a life. I've been there. And again, and I'll go back to what I was saying earlier in regards to that sometimes when we look at these motivational people, some of these motivational speakers, some of them struggle to get to where they are. But again, it's easier to talk when you got everything and trying to show people, hey, here, you can get here. It's easy. That's why in this podcast channel, in this podcast thing, we're here with Deconstructing Topics. We're on a journey together because I want to feel unstoppable as well. There's days, I'll be honest with you. The other day, I reached out to somebody and they're into me and I say, listen, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the things. I'm grateful for the people that reach out to me for my birthday, Thanksgiving. I'm grateful that every time, this and that, I took some time. Look, I'm over here getting a little emotional, so I'm getting tongue twisted. I apologize. My fault. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, a lot of people reach out to me, and I'm grateful for that. And for the first time, I didn't dwell it, but I said, I want to be here. And I've mentioned this to people before. Listen, sometimes I be thinking, hey, listen, that young kid that was homeless thought about becoming not becoming mayor, but being the mayor of New York City. And we make this city happen, and we gonna finally kind of make things happen. But, sometimes in order for me to feel that way, sometimes there's days I'm like, I just don't know if I could do it. You know that feeling that we always get. Yeah, for those people that listen out there, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if I can. I'm just it's always that kind of feeling, and that's sometimes where your mind goes is where your body goes. If your mind says then your body's gonna feel like That's why I said to myself, hey, listen, you wake up, that's it. You get up from your bed, that's it. I'm motivated. That's right there in itself, that motivation that you need. You don't need sometimes anything else. Somebody said motivation is a myth. Self-discipline is a little different story. When we start to self-discipline, we start to wake up to a routine, to a habit. Trust me, you're gonna get where you wanna get at. And that's why we in this journey. Together we're gonna feel unstoppable. Together we're just gonna feel empowered. You're gonna feel empowerment, yes, together. And I'm talking as a human, as in we are in this world. There are those in the religious sector that says, hey, David, we thank God and all we need is God, and that's great. Woo. Whatever it is that gets you there, but all I'm saying to you is how you could get to where you want to be at, because there's a lot of people out there that are just like, they got you. And one of the things like, whether it's Diamond Dallas Page or the person that I've known for years, that they got these little things going on in life to offer to people. Once again, go out there and seek that help. Do something. If you're suffering from like mental issues and you feel that you need something, there's a lot of places out there, entities, institutions that do offer that. And that's why I say that 2025 have to be the year to make things happen. Matter of fact, again, if you're listening to this at this moment, you wouldn't wait until 2025. I know I'm not waiting. I'm recording this podcast, taking some time off from work for my whatever it is that I do, taking some time to do this, my little networking. There's so much. I'm here taking my time because I want to help you. Because helping you means a lot to me, because saving a mind is saving a life, but helping you helps me. And I didn't sit on that bench. I didn't wake up as a homeless kid. I didn't go through that car accident. I didn't go through a lot of down just for me to be like, man, I'm okay, dog. No. I want to become unstoppable. I went through those downs because I wanted to help you. I wanted to help a lot of people. I still do. I want to help so much people. Because in a time, in this world, in this country, we need it the most. And trust me, and deep in my heart, I know exactly how you feel. Sometimes there's stories that are worse than mine, absolutely. And it's funny because I'm watching the DDP, the yoga thing, and these stories, and there's people that were, whether it's disabled, people that couldn't make it, people that were limited physically, mentally. It just took them that one day where they say, you know what, I need to change my life. I need to put my beers down, my alcohol down, my drugs down, whatever that's keeping you, whatever you think that you're finding to soothe or to heal, whatever it is, that void, or to fulfill that void of emptiness, loneliness, sadness, misery, whatever it is. When you sacrifice those things and say, you know what, enough is enough. Because, listen, we already know that life is bad. You already know, I said that. But then when you start to wake up and make things feel good, you're into something. 2025 is around the corner. For those people who are in the calendar year of that year, wherever you listen to. I got people from other countries that listen to my podcast. I could check out the little maps where they listen to my podcast. Think about where you're going to be at in a couple of weeks from now. Think about how we're going to start something different. Think about the things that you want to change in your life. Think about the people you want to change. Think about those people who's been there for you and people haven't been there for you. Think about how collectively we could change things happen. And those sacrifices that we make in life is, hey, listen, If you're out there and you're like, oh man, I don't know what to sacrifice. I don't have anything to sacrifice. Like, I don't know. It's always the I don't know. Hey, just you changing the way you talk, the way you are, even the way your language, your vocabulary, that right there in itself, it's the beginning of some changes. Now, my thing is this, and I'm going to emphasize to this, that a lot of times we want to heal ourselves mentally because that's what it comes down to. A lot of issues it's people, boom. But you also physically, emotionally, spiritually. Remember, this is a whole collective thing going on in your life. You also have to address that as well. Again, if yoga, exercising on the bike, on a treadmill, the gym, anything physically, you have to get your body going because, again, it's a function, it's a machine. The mind, the body, the soul, all that together, the mind, the soul. Woo, let's go, the body, the mind, woo, let's go. All that is together. It's like a clock. It's gears that work, everything. So I'm encouraging out there that we're going to make it happen. If you're physically limited or whatever it is, again, there are institutions out there that can help those who are limited. Hopefully, I'll find links to whatever it is that I could do for you. Because definitely there's avenues that I want to open, regardless of what it is, whether we could offer you some type of help, discount, something to help people out there, because sometimes financially people aren't able or not, don't have the means necessarily. But if you listen to out there that you have a company, that you have services to offer to other people out there, hey, hit me up, whatever it is. And we can make things happen, because I do want to help you. And I do believe that by you allowing me to help you. And again, when I get a little emotion, I get like a little boop, boop. But allowing me to help you would help me. So that's why 2025, we're making it happen. Let's get on out there. Once again, feel free to share, like, comment, all that good stuff. There's always a donation button there too. There's always something there. There's my email if you want to reach out. If you want to say to yourself, hey, listen, David, I can help you, because I'm here with open arms. I want collectively everybody to find a space where we all could help each other out. Somewhere, somehow, something's got to give. Because sadly, as we understand, sometimes, sadly, this other entity, whether it's our government, whether it's this, whether it's that, sadly, there's a lot of people out there it ain't going to help you unless there's some type of interest that they got to find, something. But not me, not this channel, not this podcast, not the Deconstructing Topic podcast, because it's a lifestyle and we making it happen. I'm out of here. Much love. I'm out. Make it happen. 2025. It's that year that we will make things happen. I'm out. Peace.